There are several things that are important in preparing for a Social Security disability hearing. A lot of what's really important takes place months before the hearing itself, with obtaining the medical records, making sure that you're in touch with the client, making sure that everything is prepared when you do get a hearing. As far as actually preparing for the hearing, it's important to meet with the client, speak to them, prepare them for the type of questions that that specific judge may ask, and probably the most important thing in any hearing is for the person to be honest. In a Social Security disability hearing, the main documents that are pertinent to the case are copies of medical records, sometimes school records, sometimes there may be information regarding job descriptions, but by and large, the most important documentation is the medical documentation. The hearing itself, it's very informal. The types of questions will include questions about your work history, when you stopped work, not so much your medical diagnosis, but more how your medical issues impact you in terms of physical activities such as sitting, standing, and walking, how your disability may impact you with things like focus and concentration. So the hearings themselves are very informal, but that's kind of an overview of the types of questions that you can expect. The number one tip I give people when getting ready for their Social Security disability hearing is to listen to the question that's asked and answer just that question. We're not trying to hide anything from the judge, but oftentimes people will get distracted or they're nervous in these hearings and they'll want to tell their story. While that's important, oftentimes we get off track and then we're not talking about something that's important to their case. In terms of things you shouldn't say at a Social Security hearing, just common sense, you want to be polite to the judge, you want to be honest, and you don't want to be argumentative in discussing your case with the judge. That day, he or she is easily the most important person you'll speak to, so be polite and be responsive to their questions. Disability judges have specific items that they have to use to evaluate a case. Primarily when we're at the hearing stage, they're looking at how your medical conditions impact your ability to work. Not necessarily that you may have a specific condition, but how that condition or the combination of your conditions impact your ability to work. Clients typically look for an experienced attorney to help them with their Social Security disability or SSI case. Having done this exclusively for the last 25 years, I feel like I can provide them the type of guidance and experience they need to be successful in their case. Most people, when they talk about my firm or provide me with a review, seem to really appreciate the level of personalized service that I provide, the fact that I return all my own calls, I take my own calls, and there's really a lot of hands-on contact throughout the time that I'm working on their case. Client communication is of utmost importance in a Social Security disability case. I take my own calls, I return my own calls. That type of thing is important because people are often updating you regarding their medical treatment or other issues that have occurred that is relevant to their case and ultimately relevant to being successful in their claim. I'm a small firm, I'm a sole practitioner. I believe the advantage of that is that, one, the client gets personalized service. I only handle a handful of cases at a time, so they're not talking to an attorney that may have hundreds or even thousands of cases going on at one time.